Nice. All right, everyone, welcome back to Tapestry Music. Jonathan Lindsay here. Got a special guest in the studio today, Mr. Thomas Beag.
Hello, all.
Thanks
Pleasure
for coming.
to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming down. Been a while.
Yeah.
Nice to catch up.
Yeah.
How you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Got some nice chords in the beginning. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Reason that we're hanging out today is we're here to check out several Larrivee guitars. So we got a pretty sizable shipment in of some Larrivees of a few different series, and we thought it'd be really cool to just hang out, go through the guitars, hear some sounds, talk about them a little bit, and that's what we're going to do.
Let's do it.
Before we dive into the guitars, I'll give you a little background on Larrivee guitars in general for those that don't know. Great Canadian success story. Jean Larrivee was originally building guitars, as far as I know, sort of early 1970s back in Toronto, and he was building them in a little attic, small space in the top of a building there was what I'd heard. And he's had this long tradition of having apprentices work with him, teach them how to build guitars. And from the early days, some very famous builders actually came out of that shop,
Yep.
like Linda Manzer, Grit Laskin, to just name a couple. There's quite a few based in Ontario. He later came out to beautiful BC here to the west coast, set up a small factory in, first it was Victoria,
Yep.
then it was North Vancouver, and then it was downtown Vancouver, which was there for a long time. And again, so many like BC guitar builders got their start working in Larrivee's factory and went on to have their own successful careers. These days, he's relocated down to sunny California. Oxnard is where the factory is now, and that's where these guitars have been made. And he's still a globe-trotting, sourcing really beautiful pieces of wood like this. He actually sells wood to a lot of the big guitar companies too, like Taylor and Gibson and Martin and all that. So pretty cool guy. I've got to meet him a few times, and
Oh, you did?
we're yeah,
What?
totally.
Why didn't you call me?
You know, when you're a long way from home, you know, when you've left the planet, it's really important not just to take care of all the technical stuff, but you got to take care of the people and the psychological side. And so we have psych support people in Houston, and they realize that music is one of the things that's really fundamental to people. And so they were looking for a guitar to put on the space station. They went to the local guitar shop and they asked for a small body guitar because they wanted to be able to have an acoustic guitar but with a small box on it.
So let's dig into the guitars a little bit. So we've got some from the Select series and the Legacy series today. Let's start off with the Select series, and we have a couple of the L body shape. L, as you may have guessed, stands for Larrivee. And so this is the proprietary L body Larrivee shape. And it's a cool guitar. This has always been one of my favorite Larrivee shapes because it is basically the width of a dreadnought across here. So it gives you some pretty good bottom end, but it's got much more of a waist taken in quite a bit and then a rounded off corner. So it's almost borrowing the upper bit from an orchestra model and the bottom from a dreadnought. So it's a best of both worlds kind of guitar. Gives you close to the amount of bass of a dreadnought, but a lot more balance. And this is the LO5 in my hands here. This has got mahogany back and sides, really beautiful Honduras mahogany. And then Thomas has the LO9,
Yep.
which is same specs, but Indian rosewood back and sides. You'll notice we've got flame maple for the binding, which is really clean, really modern looking. Sitka spruce top, ebony fretboard bridge, and all that. A little bit of abalone. And the LO9, that's actually a special one. It's got like the JCL type inlay on the headstock. This one has the standard Larrivee logo, so that one's got a little something special. Why don't we take a listen to it?
Shall we?
Yeah. Wow, that's got a lot of sustain.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the resonant frequencies pulling through is just really rich tones coming through.
Very nice. Now that one's gonna have more bottom end than this one here. This is the mahogany. I'll just really quickly play for you. Lots of sustain too, but a little more even tone, not quite as sparkly in the top end,
Right.
not quite as boomy in the bottom, sort of balanced, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What a rosewood offers and what a mahogany offers. Pick your poison, right?
Totally. Let me grab a couple guitars from the Legacy series. We'll check out those ones.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Well, lovely. Thank you. This is the 00 I'm going to pass you. And then I've got the orchestra model. So, the Legacy series is a little different. The Legacy series is more of traditional Martin type designs. I've got an orchestra model here. This is a 00. This 00 is very cool. This 00 is, was it the 40 series? Yeah, it's a 0040, but this is a special edition with koa back and sides. Let's take a good look at that koa. Very nice.
Look at that. With a satin finish. And a nice abalone inlay on the headstock as well.
Yeah, very cool inlay on that one. This one here that I've got, this is the orchestra model. This one's a little more conservative looking than that. Herringbone detail around the outside. This one's high gloss. This is the OM 60, I believe this one is. And Indian rosewood back and sides. Now the neck is satin on here, body's gloss. And we've got some open back tuners, so it fits the style of the sort of pre-war Martin guitars. Even got the little volute there as well. Let me play a little bit on this one. We'll take a listen to the orchestra model. Nice. This one, I find the voice is a little smaller than the L bodies we were playing, because
Yep.
it is a smaller body, so I'd expect that. It's got some nice bottom end from the rosewood, but overall a fairly softer personality than the bigger body guitars. So
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
nice for the fingerstyle sort of stuff. And this, being 00, even smaller,
Yep.
so that's an even better fingerstyle guitar. Look at the grain on the spruce on this one. Really wide grain on there.
Is this Sitka spruce top or Adirondack?
You know, it looks like Adirondack. I think the specs are generally Sitka on these,
Yeah.
but that one really looks like Adirondack. So
Yeah, because I read Sitka spruce top, but by the looks of it, with the white grains, it really stands out from the other spruce top guitars in the shop.
I mean, spruce can vary a lot. So I've seen Sitka with really wide grain. I've seen Addy with narrow grain. It definitely has the look of Adirondack, but I couldn't say for sure.
I mean, it's still beautiful.
Yeah, totally. Let's see how it sounds.
Yeah, shall we? Wow. I just can't get over how smooth everything is with a satin finish.
Awesome. That's like the perfect sort of music to play on that.
Yeah. Is it cool if
Fingerstyle, blues, ragtime, things
Yeah.
like that.
It's just really fun to play around, and the size fits perfectly. I almost want to just take this on the road and take it with me wherever I go.
I find double O's are like the perfect couch guitar.
Yeah, yeah. I could even play it high up like this. I could play it down here if I wanted to.
Like a parlor guitar is really nice
could
for
even-
on the couch because it's so small, but a double O, it's not that much bigger than a parlor.
Yeah.
But it always has like so much more sound to it, you know?
Yeah, with the double O, sometimes I almost want to play it kind of like this, because with it being a 12 fretter, it allows me to still reach all the way up here. Whatever position, if I am restricted to, I can just kind of customize it. That's one of the many great things about a double O guitar, or just any parlor size guitar, around this size for that matter.
Yeah, sweet. It's like the sound hole sort of purfling there is maybe koa to match the back too.
It does look like it.
This one's got the herringbone, but that one they've done the koa. So
Oh, that's
special edition koa.
That's
Very
cool.
special indeed.
I didn't notice that. Wow.
Cool. Well, why don't you jam on that for a second? I'm going to switch out guitars again
Sweet.
for outro. Lots of sustain for a little guitar too, huh?
Absolutely.
There you go. Now you're going from the littlest guitar to the biggest guitar.
Ooh.
That one is the D40 Rosewood. And I've got the OM V40 Rosewood.
Once again, satin finish, open back tuners. Well,
Yeah, same on this too. Satin finish, rosewood back and sides. Lovely little guitar. Thanks for hanging out with us in the studio today. It's been fun checking out these guitars. Come by Tapestry Music if you want to check them out in person. You can always check it out on the website as well, but it's always nice to just play them yourself. We won't talk about these ones too much more. We'll just play you out a little bit on the outro, but thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.
thanks for having us.
2, 3. Always got to get the last one in there.
Yeah.